What is up, Marty again? And this time I got something a little different, just a little different. So I don't know if how many of you follow this, but I generally like playing by Smogon rules. I think single battles is the way Pokemon should always be held, like for tournaments and stuff. I don't know where the double battles came from, so that's why I like these rules. And for the most part, it's reasonable, but they just literally quick banned 3 Pokemon. As you can see, Chiyu, Annihilape, and Cyclizar. And we're gonna go over this real quick because I do respect them, but sometimes they're full of shit by the things they say. So let's just look at this. I know Finchinator made a video about this, talking about this. So you need I think 7 of the 9 majority vote, and obviously Annihilape got it, and we're gonna go over a couple of reasons why. Now, I didn't expect Annihilape to go yet. I thought they were gonna give it a chance after Chiyu. Now Chiyu, everyone voted to ban this, and this is kind of where like I kind of have a gripe, because they always say the community votes, and in this case, the community had no say in this. So that's like the only thing I didn't like about this. Like, here's the thing: like, if you're gonna have a voting system for the community, like, you could just have everyone on the server vote for what they want, and you can have it on the ladders, and then you can have a separate thing for your tournaments, because they don't give a fuck. Let's be serious. Nobody gives a flying fuck about the ladder. Half of these people on here don't even play on their real accounts. So, they don't, like, it's just obvious. Sometimes, most of the time it's for a good reason. But sometimes it's like, you could have at least had, like, a quick ban for everyone to vote on it. So if you look here, Chiyu got 9 out of 9, which is ridiculous. Which, this I expected. I was expecting it. It is really, really broken. Now, I'm gonna go over Annihilape, because Annihilape, I can see it. But the way they did this, I don't like how they did this. So next up, we had Kung Pao enter the fist, and everyone voted not to ban it. I don't think... It's just a better Weavile. Alright, moving on. Cyclizar. It got a 7 out of 9 vote. This one, I didn't expect to happen, but it happened. And it's a good Pokemon. Like, this Cyclizar enables Annihilape, I feel. I feel like this enables it, because if this thing gets in on a free turn and bulks up one time, if there's nothing that can, like, literally kill this thing immediately, it's over. You're basically gonna lose. Dragonite, I don't know why the fuck this was here. Esparta, I'm surprised this thing got 4 votes for ban. That was pretty wild. But once again, Cyclizar enables both of these Pokemon, actually. Basically anything that sets up on you, Cyclizar enables. So I can see why, but you could play around Cyclizar. It's different about Chiyu. Chiyu literally comes in and presses overheat, and it doesn't matter what it is. They're taking a big chunk of damage, so this one I already knew. That's why I was telling everybody, use it while you can. And then the next one, Garganical. Garganical's interesting because this thing is like, its ability is kind of broken. But at the same time, Goldango's ability is broken, and I think they made Garganical specifically for Goldango because it has Shadow Ball. It's a Ghost type. So, and it's a Steel type, and Rock Salt literally does more damage to Steel types. I don't know, just a thought. So Goldango is good. I'm gonna tell you something. If Goldango wasn't around, it'd be a shit show. I think that things will be running wild like crazy. But look, we're gonna scroll down. Chiyu, they have, you know, a little something to say. So they say, who wrote this? I don't know who wrote this, but let's just look at what it's saying. So Chiyu, we're gonna skip Chiyu. Chiyu needed to go. I use it all the time, and it's just like, it's OP, bro. It's OP that you could come in and press over here. All right, and then Annihilape. Annihilape escaped most of the sites before the tier was formed, released during the chaos for the first few days, but it quickly emerged as one of the most powerful threats of the metagame. Rage Fist. If they banned Rage Fist, this Pokemon wouldn't be banned. I'm not gonna read that whole sentence because it's ridiculous. This thing is only good because of Rage Fist, and if you play lower tiers, Primeape can do the same thing, but in lower tiers. So let's take a look at what else they're saying. Against the calming bulk of Rage Fist Drain Punch taunt, which that's the best set. Yes, it sometimes uses Rest. Using weak moves against it. Okay, yeah, it's obvious. Rage Fist. They're basically talking about Rage Fist this whole fucking time. Such as Rocky Helmet. Yeah, Rocky Helmet's a bitch. Okay, let's skip this. Despite its typing being one of the best possible offensively, hitting every Pokemon for at least neutrally, it can be fairly lackluster defensive. But this is where terrestrialization comes in. So, this is what they were like. This is like out of spite. If they were like, if terrestrialization doesn't get banned, we're gonna ban all these Pokemon. That's literally what fucking happened. Because look at how they're talking about terrestrialization. Like, they should have just quick banned terrestrialization. Or they, like, you know, they like to do complex bans on certain things. This is why I don't like the way they roll. They just pick and choose who gets banned, when they do it, if they want to. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, they didn't even do that for fucking Dracovish. Or maybe they did. Maybe they did. I don't think they did, though. To be honest. They, like, they pick and choose. Even Clefable, I remember, like, they did a complex ban for it. It's fucking bullshit. So, Cyclizar, Shedtail. It just does everything. We're gonna skip this. It doesn't matter what they're saying because Cyclizar does enable. It enables Annihilape. But Annihilape, if it didn't have Rage Fist, then what are you doing? The whole point, like, these guys are literally talking about fucking Rage Fist this whole time. This whole thing is about Rage Fist and Bulk Up. And then this one right here is about Terrestrializar. Alright, so this is the set I like to use, but you can do a whole bunch of things. I don't know if it's gonna let me look at the moves. It's not. Let's go to Ubers, because then it'll actually show the moves. So, this thing is the perfect utility Pokemon. It gets knockoff. It gets, I like using Draco Meteor. It gets, Shift Gear if it wanted to. It gets Taunt. And, you know, we need shit like this. But this is really good. And the reason why this thing is OP is because of this right here, Regenerator. If they banned this, they wouldn't, it wouldn't really be... So if they did this, people would just be like, okay, we're gonna try this out and put Rest. It would be trash. And I like it because it's a rapid spinner and it's super fast. But, you know, it is what it is, bro. They're gonna do whatever they want. I feel like they was waiting to see what happened with terrestrializing, and then did this out of spite. But this Chi-Yu is reasonable. I'm not even gonna go over that. Annihilape is really good. Can't lie. It's one of the best Pokemon in the game. Even for raids. Like, literally, what's happening here is what happens in the game on raids. Like, this is literally the set you want to use. I mean, I use Razor Claw. And then, instead of Taunt, you could do Taunt. But this is Focus Energy. And literally, you can just use Taunt and then bulk up. And then you get hit and Rage Fist. And Focus Energy stays forever. If you didn't know. I think Annihilape would have been banned after Chi-Yu. Because Chi-Yu would probably kill this thing. And, you know, this thing is really good. That's basically it. It's really good. And Cyclizar is just... It is what it is. It's not really that big a deal. But I didn't really use Annihilape like that anyway. I didn't think he was that crazy. Cyclizar is really, really fucking crazy. I didn't think they were gonna get banned like this. Because, you know, they literally feel... They talk like they're fucking saints saying, oh no, the community chooses. Why didn't the community get to choose on any of these three? Except for Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu, I'm gonna tell you something. Beads of Ruin is broke as shit. Like, literally, you put specs on this thing, and you go to town. And that's basically it. This is the only moves you need, look. Overheat, and Terra Grass. And that's it. Literally, where's the grass? Right here. And Dark Pulse. Honestly, like, when I use this thing, I'm either overheating to just take chunks of damage off people. And then, when I need to, I'll Terra Grass and kill whatever come in. Usually, like, Dondos or some stupid shit like that. Chi-Yu, I expected. This thing, I expected after Chi-Yu. I didn't, like... You know, it makes me think, like, what they think about... Like, what are their thought process, like... What made them do all three of these today? Or yesterday, whenever it happened. Why didn't they suspect test Cyclizar for everybody? Why was it in the hands of the council? Now, listen. Something people also gotta understand is like, dude, you're on ladder. You go to ladder. There's like so many people playing. How are you judging for all these people? Like, look how low most of these people are. Look how low they are on the ladder. Now, mind you, a lot of these people like to make new accounts, as you see with like Pokemon and Blunder and all of them. They literally make new accounts and they just go to the top, and that's it. Like, it's competitive when you get to the top. But at the bottom, which most of these battles are less than like 1200, as you can see, most of them are less than 1200. It's a bunch of noobs. It's a bunch of people that are literally just using random shit, like me, because that's what I do. I just go on here to test out stuff to use in the actual game. And the high-level players, you'll rarely catch them here. The high-level players. It's rare. Unless you know their ults. You won't know, and you probably won't see them. And when I say high-level players, I mean people that compete in tournaments. Like, why are they based up? They need to have, like, I don't know. I feel like they're trying to control what everyone plays. Why are they doing that? Like, listen, they're all like these three. I can see them all getting banned, but the fact that they like the community had no choice in this bothers me, except for Chiyu, because Chiyu needed to go. It needed to go. But Annihilate, you could play around. Cyclizar, you could play around. Cyclizar is really good. The same way they said, oh, Dragonite's just a really good Pokemon. The same thing can be said about Cyclizar. Because honestly, a lot of the time, like, he enables shit. Like, yes, he's kind of really broken, in a sense, because of this move right here, Shed Tail. But they won't do that. They won't ban this one move. Because then we would be left with a Pokemon, like, bro, I really think it's just they don't want to deal with it. And I don't know if the tournaments have anything to do with it, because, like, I don't know. I would love to know their thought process. Like, okay, it's broken. They knew these three was extremely good this whole time, alright? How long are we into this game? Like 2 months? Like a little more than 2 months now? And like, it took them this long to ban Chiyu, but they got rid of Fluttermane, they got rid of like, maybe Fluttermane was worse than Chiyu, but I think they're the same thing. Like, they got rid of Iron Bundle, they got rid of like a whole bunch of green Houndstone. And Houndstone was only good because of Last Respects, but because it was the only Pokemon with Last Respects, they banned it. But, you know, Basque Legion, both of these are coming, and it's really going to be this one right here. This one also gets Last Respects, and I think this one's going to be really, really crazy. It's basically the same thing as Rage Fist. That's basically what, except for you gotta die. People gotta die for it to do that. So, like, I don't understand. It has Swift Swim, like, this thing, adaptability. Adaptability Last Respects is worse than Houndstone. Houndstone has shit, like, its attack is just standard. It gets fluffy, now that's a good thing, but it also gets Sand Rush. Like, it hits a decent speed tier. Like, it does. 258. It's hitting like, probably like 516 speed. So, not bad. But this thing, this thing also, it has adaptability. Imagine adaptability, choice band. Last Respects. And then you could Terra. But you would lose this. If you, I don't know how Terra works if you lose your stab. I would think you do because you change types, but it might work like you keep both of these stabs and get a third. But, you know, you could just... Like, it's just wild. This thing's gonna be immediately banned. They should just ban it now. But no, they're gonna just let it rock. And this thing has a cool shiny. They're just gonna let it rock. And then they're gonna ban it, I guess. But Chiyu, I agree with 100%. Annihilape, I don't know if this should have been banned. Because, I mean, we're gonna see. It opens up more doors. I like using Vital Spirit to prevent me from getting spored. But at the same time, Taunt would prevent you from getting spored. But, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I've been on this video for like almost 20 minutes. And I just feel like they should have at least held a suspect test for Cyclizar. Or they could have held one for Annihilape, one of these. But they literally went after 6. No, 7. They went after 7 Pokemon. I think that's fucking crazy. Now, I'm nobody. However, I've been around longer than probably most of these guys. Even the mods. And you could take that one to the bank. Because I was around before this simulator was around. And, I do love Smogon, but I just feel like if you're gonna promote saying that the community decides what happens, then you're full of shit and you gotta start owning up to what you say. I don't care how broken these things are. If this whole fucking Smogon thing is based off of what the community wants, your guys are a piece of shit. Plain and simple. Like, you shouldn't be able to be like, oh no, the community decides. Oh no, we're gonna hold this. I think they're too powerful. After 2 months in the game, when you knew these 3 were as broke as shit. Even though, yeah, they're broken, but at the same time, it doesn't matter. Like, these all should have been suspect tested by the community. I don't care how the fuck you want to say it. Like, you guys have credentials on this website, but you don't have credentials anywhere else in the world. If you catch my drift, but it is what it is. This is a completely different metagame, but, like, and there's very good players. Don't get it twisted. There's very good players with a lot of knowledge. But, look, own up to what you say. You need to start saying that the community does not decide, because at the end of the day, the council is what's deciding. This, these are all here, okay? What if the community decided, like, oh no, I think that, Brute Bonnet is ban-worthy. Okay, which that's one of the reasons why they have a council, to prevent things like that from happening. However, bro, you shouldn't be able to, like, you should have a voting system to be like, what everyone thinks should be banned, and they do have a forum where people talk about this stuff, but they don't let you vote for it. They got these guys right here, and Fitchnator's a really good player, by the way, and which I watch all of his videos, but I just don't like how he says it's the community decides, because I directly asked him multiple times, and he said the same thing, the community decides. But obviously, when things are too powerful, they will ban them. But at the same time, this guy's the leader, and he should have banned this motherfucker a long time ago. She should have been banned a long time ago. But instead, nope, like, I don't understand the logic there. It's not, I don't know, I just don't be saying it's the community, you know? Because look, these guys literally did this because terrestrialization didn't go through. Seriously, they're like, we're gonna leave this up to the community so that way we can fall back on this. That's literally how they do it. You're not gonna tell me otherwise. Even if these are super broken, that's you literally taking control of everything. And you, like, you claiming that everything is ran by the community when it's actually not. Because the community doesn't decide if Annihilape gets tested. The community doesn't decide if Espithra gets tested. Like, nobody decides that. All these guys decide what goes up here. And it's fucked up. Own up to what you say. If you say it's the community, you can't be doing shit like this. So, you gotta at least own up to it. Eventually. So, I will see you guys.